Hey everyone, welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you were watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. Alright guys, another update for you regarding the Russian sanctions bill out of Congress. And for many of you that might not be aware of this, the US is thinking right now about sanctioning Russia over its war against Ukraine. And there's a bill in Congress, and if it passes, this will force 500% secondary tariffs onto any nations purchasing oil from Russia, and this can also possibly force Russia to end its war against Ukraine. Okay, so I've got a brand new update here for you on your screen. Senate Majority Leader says Russia sanctions bill could hold vote soon. The top Senate Republican said Wednesday that a vote could come as soon as this month on bipartisan legislation that would impose severe sanctions on countries that continue to buy Russian oil. Okay, so looks like we could be seeing a vote possibly on this bill by the end of the month before we hit August. And yesterday, I gave you guys an update from U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham, who's primarily the major senator that's really trying to push this bill through Congress. He stated yesterday that the Senate would be looking at this bill very soon, but he did not give a deadline to when the Senate would be taking up this bill. So now it looks like we've got some information as to when possibly the Senate could be holding a vote. So I want to show you guys a clip actually coming out from John Thune, the Senate Majority Leader today. We've also got some information out of the House as well from the House Speaker Mike Johnson regarding Russian sanctions also. So let's go ahead and hop on over here to X. I'm going to show you guys this clip real quick. This is from Faytuk's Network. U.S. Senate Majority Leader John Thune says he is working with the White House on timing and mechanics of Senator Graham's Russia sanctions bill, but hopes it is ready to bring to the Senate floor before the August recess. The bill would impose a 500% tariff on imports from any nation that purchases Russian uranium, gas, and oil. Okay, yes, there is other types of commodities that will be targeted also. This includes gas and uranium, but oil being the primary target. This would definitely affect nations like China and India and could really force Russia to end their war, as these are major importers of Russian oil. So let's go to take a look at this clip real quick, about a minute and a half from John Thune today.
Can you tell us if you have a plan to bring this Graham sanctions bill to the floor before the August recess?
I hope that we can get it on the floor before the August recess. We are working with the administration, with the House, to try and get it in a form where it's ready. Obviously, there is a tremendous amount, as you know, of bipartisan support here in the Senate. I think that's shared in the House of Representatives, at least I hope that it is. And in the White House, obviously, is very engaged in trying to get it in a form that we can transact it and move it across the floor of the Senate. So whether that happens in the next couple of weeks is a bit of an open question, but I'm hopeful that it can.
How important is timeline cooperation with the White House on this sanctions bill? Are you talking to President Trump about when you might want to put this thing forward?
We are communicating with the White House. Our team's been in touch with theirs on a regular basis. We've got individual senators, members who are talking to the White House and to our colleagues in the House, and we're sort of gaming out how that might ultimately be accomplished. But I think it's an important message to send, especially now, and I think it's leverage that we need, and that frankly the White House needs in their negotiations with the Russians. So, in my view, the sooner we can execute on that, the better. But I also understand that in order for this to work, it's got to be something that the White House, the House, our colleagues are all bought into, and it's got to get in a form that it's ready to move to the floor. So, thank you all.
Okay, so there's your update there from John Thune, the Senate Majority Leader, stating that it looks like they're going to be working on this right now. Let's see if by the end of the month, before Congress goes into recess for an entire 30 days, that they'll be able to get this thing moving and potentially get it passed. Now, from what I understand, I think August recess starts on August 4th, and I think it ends on September 2nd. Okay, so they're going to be gone for just close to an entire month, and they want to try to get this passed before then. Okay, so let's see if they can get this done. If they do, we could possibly see sanctions onto Russia here very soon. But I did notice here at one point he said he was hopeful that that would be the case. So that doesn't sound very promising, but we'll have to see what Congress is able to pull out here. So also want to show you guys one other thing on X as well, coming out from the House. And we're going to be talking about the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. So let's hop in over here real quick with Bliskovka. Putin is not ready to seriously negotiate peace with Ukraine, said U.S. House Speaker Mike Johnson. Because of this, the U.S. must send him a strong signal by passing a bill imposing tough sanctions on Russia. Johnson emphasized that this is necessary due to Putin's unwillingness to engage in dialogue. Okay, so this is actually really good news, though, because if the Senate is able to pass this bill, looks like we have major support from the House Speaker, and I'm not sure how the majority of the House feels about this bill. But from what we have been hearing, there is very positive signs coming out of Congress. It looks like Congress really does want to support a bill of pushing major sanctions onto Russia to force them to end this war. And I think this could be what's coming here soon. But also at the same time, this could be bad news if by the end of the month the Senate is not able to pass this bill, because then that means it would be potentially 2 more months before the Senate and the House is even able to vote on this again. So it could be either coming very soon, or there could be up to a 2, maybe 3-month delay before we see any movement on this bill. So just want to give you guys a quick update coming out regarding this situation with the Russian sanctions bill in Congress. So let me know what you think about all these details down below in the comment section. That's going to be it for today's update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell, that way YouTube can notify you. And with that, hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next one.